Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft Java video. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the fabric mods called Sodium, and this mod actually helps us get a free performance boost in our Minecraft game. And if you're running on an older PC or a laptop or something with an integrated graphics card, then chances are that you might not be getting higher FPS in game. As you can see in the top right corner there, I am getting between 30 to 50 FPS. I have turned everything to the max to try and get my FPS down, and by installing the Sodium mod, it's going to basically increase my FPS and give me a free performance boost for Minecraft Java Edition. I am running the latest version, as you can see in the top left corner there. I'm running version 1.17.1, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what happens when I add Sodium to my Minecraft game and how the performance increases, and then I'm going to show you how to install it alongside Fabric and how to get everything set up so you can enjoy a higher performance boost for your Minecraft Java Edition game version 1.17.1. I'm also later going to show you how to install shaders as well using Iris shaders, which is another mod that works alongside Sodium. So I'm going to show you how to download Iris shaders, install it alongside Fabric so you can actually use shaders and mods at the same time. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's hovering somewhere over around 30 to 50 FPS. I'm getting an average of 35 FPS, I would say. And this is just in regular world. I haven't got any shaders installed. If I go to my mod section, you can see I've only got Fabric there loaded and Minecraft and mod menu to show me what mods I've got. So let's close this down. And let's open up our launcher. As you guys can see, if I go to installations, I've got Fabric here loaded. If I hover over this folder icon and open this up, and then if I go to the mods folder, I've only got mod menu there. So I'm going to put Sodium mod in there, which is the Sodium Fabric for version 1.17.1. This is the jar file. I'm going to close this down, go back to the launcher. I'm going to launch Minecraft again, and this time Sodium should be showing in the mod section when I click on the button. So let's wait for this to load up. Alright, so the game has loaded now, and if I click on the mod section, we can see that we've got Fabric here, but we've also got Sodium showing. As you guys can see, it says Sodium is a free and open source optimization mod for Minecraft, which improves frame rates and reduces lag spikes. So that's what we want to do today. So let's go back into our game. Let's go into our world that we created earlier. It does take a few seconds for this to actually load and give us the FPS boost that we are looking for. But once it does load up, then it does actually give us a really nice FPS. So as you guys can see, I'm now getting close to 200 FPS there. And before I was only getting between 30 to 50. So it has given me quite a substantial boost in my frames per second, in my performance. And I can now enjoy the game without having to worry about any lag spikes or any downtime in my performance. So you can see I am getting the higher FPS than the top right hand corner of my screen. I am using Fraps to display that, and if I press the F3 button on my keyboard, I'm getting the same FPS as Fraps, as you can see in the top left corner there. So if you guys haven't got Fraps installed, you can just press F3 and the Minecraft internal section will display that for you. Alright, let me show you guys the options and the video settings. So as you guys can see in the quality, I've set everything to fancy, and I've enabled everything in advanced. And if we go to general, I've put the render distance to 32. Now if you guys are using an older computer, then this is going to be the biggest thing that impacts your performance. By default, the game does load up on 12 render distance, but you can actually drop it down to even 8 or 5 if you do find that your frames are suffering and you're getting below 30 FPS for whatever reason. And you can go in here and change everything from fancy to fast, and then untick all of these as well. Some of these do have a medium to high performance impact. As you can see, I'm hovering over it and it does tell me the performance impact there. So you guys can just play around with these settings and see what works best for you. But as you guys can see, as I showed you earlier, I was getting between 30 to 50 FPS, and now with the Sodium mod for Fabric, I am getting close to 300 FPS, averaging about 200 FPS, I would say. That's not much on the screen at the moment, so let me just go over to a couple of animals if I can find some. There we go. So as you can see, it is now showing me 200, 250. Obviously, if I was to lower the render distance, it would go quite high. Let's change the time to day. Now I'm going to show you guys how to actually install Sodium mod for your Minecraft Java Edition 1.17.1 and how to install it using Fabric. And then after that, I'll show you how to actually install shaders as well, how to put shader packs in your Minecraft game, and how to use Iris shaders alongside Sodium and Fabric to play using shader packs, and also have the ability to load up mods in your Minecraft game. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to download Java, because we're going to need that to actually install Fabric onto our Minecraft game, and it's going to make everyone's lives so much easier because the Java is going to allow us to use the jar file and open up the installer and install it into our Minecraft directory. So if you go to your internet browser and just search for Java JDK16, as I've got here in my search bar, look for the oracle.com link, and don't worry guys, I'm going to leave all the links that I'm going to show you today in the description below, so you don't have to go around searching for these. You can just click them from the description below and they should open up. So let me go to the oracle.com website, and if I scroll down and if I download this Windows x64 installer, because I am using a Windows system, so I'm going to click on this and wait for that to finish downloading. Alright, so as you guys can see, that has finished downloading the JDK16 file. It is quite a big file, it's 150 megabytes, but we do need this to run the installer, and it's going to help us in the future installs as well. So if you ever decide to install Forge, Fabric, Optifine, or Iris shaders, this is going to help us. Okay, so the next file we're going to download is Fabric. So I'm going to leave a link in the description below, and the website we need to go to is fabricmc.net. Just click on the use link here on the top right in the menu section, and then you can use the download installer link here to download the actual installer for it. They also give us a Windows-based installer, so if you are on a Windows system, you can actually just bypass the whole Java method and use the Windows installer. Just for this example, I'm going to download the jar file installer, so let's click on that and wait for that to finish downloading. Let's go ahead and keep this. Some of you might get this message that it has been blocked, so just click on keep after clicking these three dots there, wait for that to finish. Okay, so that has finished downloading Fabric installer, and the next file we're going to get is the Fabric API, because if you later on do decide to use mods with Fabric, you will require Fabric API. So click on this link that says Fabric API, and as you can see, game version is the latest one, 1.17.1. Click on Files, and then click on Download over here. And let's wait for that to start downloading. It should be automatic. You might get another message that says if you want to keep it or delete it. So just click on these three dots, click on keep. Okay, the next file we're going to download now is Sodium. So obviously I'm going to leave a link to this file as well. So you can see that Sodium has been updated to the latest version of Minecraft, which is for version 1.17.1. So if we scroll down, and as you can see, we've got Sodium Fabric jar file here. Let's click on this and start the download. Again, let's keep this file and it should start downloading. And finally, we're going to download mod menu, because mod menu is going to allow us to see all of the installed mods within Fabric. So if you are using Fabric, unfortunately, it doesn't display all the installed mods by default compared to Forge, which does. So with Fabric, we do need an extra mod to display all the installed mods. So we're going to download mod menu, and I'm also going to leave a link in the description for this as well. So this is the CurseForge website. So click on Files. As you can see, it's got it for the latest version of the game, 1.17.1, and then click on Download, and it should start downloading for you. Let's wait for that to start downloading, and it should be quite quick. Alright, there we go. So let's keep that. And that is all of the files that we need for now. What I'll do is I'll put them on my desktop and I'll show you how to install everything from the beginning. Alright, so as you can see, I've put all of the downloaded files on the desktop here. The first thing we're going to do, obviously, as I mentioned, is we're going to install Java JDK. Okay, so I'm going to open up the install. I'm going to double click on this file. It is giving me a message that the software has already been installed on my system. I'm going to click on yes to reinstall it. Let's wait for that to load up. Click on next. It's quite a quick install. It's just going to copy over the new files. And there we go. Let's close that down. It does say Java has been successfully installed. Alright, so let's move this out of the way. Now, the next file we're going to install is the Fabric installer. So if we just right click on the Fabric installer, hover over where it says open with, and then select Java platform SE binary, and basically this should open up the installer for Fabric, as you can see here. If obviously you do run into problems, luckily we can use the Windows installer. So just go back to the Fabric website and just download the Windows installer if you do have any problems getting this to open up. So for the Minecraft version, we're going to select the latest one, load a version, latest one as well. We're going to keep the installation location as it is, and just going to hit install there. And as you can see, that's all done. Click on OK and close this down. Okay, so now we're going to open up the Minecraft launcher, and you'll notice that it does say Fabric on the bottom left drop down there. So as you can see here in the drop down, I've got the latest release, latest snapshot, and it does say Fabric because we just installed that. If we go to the installations tab here, you will see that it says Fabric Loader 1.17.1, and it's now basically installed Fabric, and we should be able to play this. Now we need to put all the mods into the mods folder. So if we click on this folder icon here and any of these two lines, it should open up the Minecraft default directory. So let's close down the launcher first of all, and you should have a folder here that says mods. Now if you don't have a folder here that says mods, just right click anywhere on an empty space, click on new, and then click on folder, and then just rename it to mods. And if we go into our mods folder, we're going to put all of these three files. We're going to put sodium fabric jar file in there, we're going to put the mod menu jar file, and then we're going to put Fabric API as well. It should look something like this on your system as well. So in the mods folder, we should have these three files there. Let's close this down. Now let's open up the launcher again. You can either click on play on this screen with the Fabric loader selected, or we can go to installations over here and click on play. So let's go ahead and click on play and load up the game. Alright, so as you can see, it has loaded up the game. At the bottom left here, you will notice it says Minecraft 1.17.1/Fabric, and I've got a mods button here which I can click into, and as you can see, it does say I've got the Fabric installed, and I've got the mod menu, and I've got sodium as well. So you should see all of these things when you click on mods. Let me just turn down the music a bit. There we go. Okay, now let's go into our game. Let's go into our created world, and hopefully this should basically load up the game and give us nice FPS. As you can see, I've got 100 here, and it should boost up after a while. It does take a while for it to configure it in the game, and as you can see, it's now going next near 200, more than 200 there. So yeah, this is how we can install Sodium using Fabric in Minecraft Java Edition on version 1.17.1. I'm also now going to show you how to install Iris shaders as well, and how to get shaders installed in your Minecraft game. It's quite simple, it's really easy, and after you've done it, you should be able to run shaders and mods at the same time, and also have Sodium running alongside Fabric and Iris shaders to give you that extra performance boost. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how we can install shaders for Minecraft Java Edition 1.17.1. Okay, so the next file we need to download is actually Iris shaders. So let's open up our internet browser. Just type in Iris shaders in there, and I will leave a link in the description for this as well. And you should go to a link that says irisshaders.net. Click on download now. Click the universal jar file. Let's keep this file and allow it to finish downloading. There we go. So we're now going to download a shader pack. So I'm going to go with Sildurs because I think that's a good example to use with this. So just search for Sildurs shaders, and I'm going to leave a link for this in the description as well. Let's click on downloads. And there are actually different versions you can download for this. So I'm going to download the Lite version and the extreme volumetric lighting version as well, just to see what the difference is between the two. Let's open up this download. Let's wait for the ad links to finish their processing. Let's click on skip and start the download here. Alright, let's get the extreme version as well. Alright, so that has finished downloading the extreme version and the light version of Sildurs Vibrant Shaders, and I've also got the Iris Shaders installer file here. I'm going to put them on my desktop, and I'm going to show you how to install these and get your setup to run the shaders as well as mods and Sodium all in one go. Okay, so because Iris actually installs a version of Fabric which is modified to run both Iris shaders and Sodium at the same time, we're first of all going to delete the previous version of Fabric that we installed. So let's go to our Minecraft launcher. Let's go to installations. Let's click on these three dots after hovering over Fabric Loader, and then just click delete. There we go. and close this down. Now, if I right click on the Iris installer and then hover over open with, click on Java Platform SE Binary, it should open up the installer as you can see. And if I select the game version, I'm going to select the latest one, which is 1.17.1. Install directory, leave that as it is. Now, this is a really important step, so don't forget to do this. You have to untick this box here that says recommended. So we don't want to use a custom loader. So make sure that this box is unticked. There's no ticks in this box before you hit install. Because if you do install it with that ticked, it's only going to allow you to use Iris shaders. You won't be able to install mods, so make sure that is unticked. Click on install, and it's going to install it. There we go. It will give you a message that says mods folder detected. Do you want to update and install Iris? Select yes. There we go. It's all done. Let's close this down. Now let's open up our Minecraft launcher again. Alright, so as you guys can see, we now have a Fabric Loader 1.17.1 over here. We go to installation, so similar to last time, we do have another Fabric Loader here, which is why I deleted the previous one from the installations tab. Now, if I click on the folder icon and go to mods, just minimize that, so you can see that it's put Iris MC 1.17 there. It's got the Fabric API, which we put earlier. It's got the mods menu, and it's also got the Sodium Fabric as well. And now we're going to transfer over the shader pack. So let's go one level higher. Now you should also have a folder that says shader packs like I'm showing you here. Again, if you don't have this, don't worry. Just right click anywhere, click on new, click on folder, and then just rename that folder to shader packs. So let me go into the shader packs folder, and let me move the Sildurs Vibrant shaders into the shader packs folder. So in your shader packs folder, you should have the Sildurs Vibrant shaders version 1.29 Lite Edition and Extreme Edition if you do decide to go ahead. Obviously, you can use other shader packs like BSL or Astralex or complementary shaders or any other shader pack that you like to use. Alright, okay, so let's close this down. Let's go back into the installer now. Let's hover over where it says Fabric Loader and let's click on play and let's load up the game. Okay, so it has loaded up the game now, and if we click on mods, you will see that it's got Fabric here, and the new thing that we've put in now is the Iris client. So we click on this, it says a new shaders mod for Minecraft intended to be compatible with existing shaders mod Optifine shaders, which is really cool. And if you guys haven't tried out Iris shaders, I highly recommend that you do try it out. Alright, so let's have a look at the other mods. We've got mod menu, and obviously as I mentioned earlier, we do have Sodium as well. So let's click on done. Alright, now let's have a look at our shader pack. So if we click on options, go to video settings, you should have another section here which we did not have before, which says shader pack. So click on that. Now let's click on the extreme volumetric edition and then just click on apply. That's going to apply the shaders into your game. Click on done, and let's go back into our game and load it up. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, it does take a while for this to load up and properly configure the game to run with the shaders. Now, as you guys can see, I am getting between 40 to 50 FPS here, and this is with the shaders installed. Before I was getting 30 FPS without any shaders at all, but now I'm able to get some nice FPS here. So it is actually peaking up to 70 as well, as you can see, and I am running the volumetric edition. And what's really cool is that if I go to options and video settings, I've got the view distance 32, which is the highest that you can set Minecraft at, and I'm getting higher than 60 FPS. So this is really cool. It's all thanks to Sodium and the Iris shaders compatibility, and I'm able to get some nice FPS here. Obviously, if I was to go into the options, click on video settings, shader packs, so let's try out the Lite version and see how that performs. So yeah, as you can see, I'm now getting much higher FPS. I'm getting somewhere in the region of 100 FPS there, which is really cool. So if you guys do find that it is suffering for you with the shader packs, you can try out the Lite version as well. If you are getting higher than 60 FPS with the Lite version, then you can go for the medium one or the higher version of Sildurs shaders from their website, and I will leave a link in the description below so you can download all of these shaders as well. So hopefully you guys have found this video useful, and hopefully you guys will be able to use Sodium to get some nice free performance boosts in your Minecraft game on the latest version 1.17.1. I think it's a really cool mod. I think the Sodium and Iris shaders combination works really well. I do like it. You will get higher FPS compared to using something like Optifine, which again is also a nicely optimized mod, but with sodium, you do get that extra edge and you will get extra FPS as well, as I showed you earlier. If you do have any comments or queries, please do leave them in the comment section below. And also, please do subscribe to this channel to help it grow, help support it. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.